viewers all over the world. This is Dr. Tony Aje. I welcome you back again to my channel, and thank you very much for following through all the series on this program. Today, we want to talk about how to turn your fears into assets. We all have fears today, different types of fear. But I want to talk about how you can turn those fears troubling your life into assets. And I will show you 3 ways you can do that. Now, let us talk about fear. What is fear? Fear has to do with what might happen, what might have happened to you in the past, and what could possibly happen in the future. That is what fear is all about. It is about your past experience. And now, it is now affecting you that you are now beginning to project into the future with that same fear, with that same experience you had in the past. That is fear. Most of the time, these fears, they are baseless. They have no basis whatsoever. And I know somebody might be asking me, but does it mean fears are not genuine or fears are not real? Yes, fears are real. But most fears that trouble people today, they are fears that are based on past experience, on the things we experienced in our childhood, about the things we experienced while we were growing up, about the things we experienced in our schools, about the things we experienced in the church, about the things we experience while we travel. These all come together and become fear. And if care is not taken, we project this fear into the future. And what that does is it stops us in our track. It prevents us from having a very objective view of what could be tomorrow. Each time we think about tomorrow, then we run back into our future, into our past. And we stay there, we don't want to move forward again. So that is fear. This past event has now become part of our belief system. And this now ends up driving our actions and reactions in the present time. Remember, action and reaction in elementary physics, they are the same, but opposite direction. So this past event have come into our brain, into our mind. They now form part of what we are. And this now drive our actions and reactions right now. And this now traps us between our past and our now. Fear stops us from reaching our most awaited goal in life. There's nobody on earth that doesn't have a very good plan for the future. We all do. We are all waiting for that dream home. We are all waiting for that dream car. We are all waiting for that dream career. But once fear sets in, we are cut off from achieving those goals in the future. We are just cut off. We are now trapped between now and what happened in the past. Each time we remember what happened in the past, right now, then we are trapped. We don't want to move forward again. We don't want to do anything. We don't want to take any risk so that we don't have that similar experience we had in the past. And again, what fear does, it paints a gloomy picture about what could be tomorrow, even when tomorrow has not come. That is the problem. It paints a very bad, a very gloomy, dark future about what could be tomorrow, when that tomorrow has not even come. That is the problem with fear. And folks, let me just tell you, there is a fear that is healthy. Okay, let me give you an instance. You climb upstairs in your house and you look down through the window and something tells you to jump. You know you are going to be afraid. That is a genuine fear, because if you do jump, you are going to you could die, you could break your head, you could break your neck, you could break your limbs. So because of that fear, you wouldn't want to take that risk. That is a healthy fear. And that is the right one. But most of the fear that stops us from reaching our goals today, they are imaginary fears. They are fears that we have acquired over the course of our lives. They are fears that we have gathered from our parents, from our brothers, from our sisters, from our siblings, from our uncles, our aunties, our teachers, from everywhere. Some of them, these fears get into us by the things we touch, by the things we see, by the things we hear, by the things we taste, and by the things we smell. These are all ways in which nature has fed these fears into our head. And we see if this dark and gloomy picture about what could be tomorrow. Oh, I don't want to, don't mention that to me. That business, I don't want to try it again. The last time I did it, I lost all my money. Then you don't want to take another risk. Oh, I don't like traveling. Oh, no. The last time I traveled to this country, they stole all my property. So because of that, you are trapped into the corner of your house. So it paints a gloomy picture about tomorrow, when that tomorrow has not even come. So it is a mechanism that your brain has developed to protect you from imaginary harm. And you are not going to blame your brain for that, because that is what your brain is meant to do, to protect you. Your brain is just doing what it's supposed to do. But folks, what your brain is trying to do is to protect you. But what your brain is protecting you from the harm your brain is protecting you from coming across is such imaginary. It is not real. And that is the problem with fear. Now, how do you turn your fear into assets? Like I said in the beginning, we all have our fears. But how do you turn those imaginary fears into assets? The first thing is that you need to identify your fear. What is it that is troubling your life? What is it that you fear most? A lot of people, they fear flying. They can't just stand the idea of flying. Some people, they fear speaking in the public. When you tell them, can we just go and address the public, they melt as if tomorrow will not come. And some of us, we have this fear, this legitimate fear of starting out a business. We don't want to hear it because we have failed in the past. Because we've heard stories upon stories of people that did similar thing and they never recovered from the financial loss. And some of us, we are not working right now. We are not in good employment right now, but we fear attending interviews. The last time we showed up in an interview, we were stuttering, as if we never learned how to speak. And eventually, that job didn't click. And that fear has come to become a monster in your brain. And some of us still, we fear speaking to ladies that we love. You see a lady, you see her that, this is somebody that possibly I could live with for the rest of my life. But for you to take the first step to approach her, to talk to her, you melt. You don't want to do it. And that takes me to step 2. The negative effects of fear, the repercussions. Fear stops us in our track. It drains our strength. It damages our confidence. It leaves us distressed. It prevents us from making progress in the future. Does that sound familiar, friends? Is that happening to you right now? It now becomes a vicious cycle of no accomplishment. This is your past. This is you right now. Then you are trapped in between. You go from your past to your present. Then once that fear strikes, you rush back to your past. Then you come back to your present. Then you run back to your past. Whereas your future is more important than your past, but that fear traps you where you are right now. It stops you from moving to your future. So it becomes a vicious cycle. You cannot make any progress. There is nothing you can plan. You can't plan, you can't do anything. No wonder you remain poor. No wonder you cannot proceed in that career. No wonder the job you've been doing for the last 20, 30 years is the same job you are still doing now, because you cannot just stand yourself making progress, doing additional courses, going to school, or encouraging people around you. You can't just stand it. You feel you are happier collecting that mega amount of money you've been collecting for the past 30 years. Whereas your mates, everybody around you, they've gone far. They've become managers. They've become group managers. They've become directors. But that fear traps you there, and you are just happy. So it becomes a vicious cycle of no accomplishment. Step 3. How can you now turn your fear into assets? The first step, very important. You need to start re-educating your mind about the now. You need to cut off from your past. And this has to be deliberate. This has to be you taking control of your life. You need to get to a point in time in your life that you want to say, come on, enough of these past stories. Enough of all these things that have been built into my head. I can't. Enough of this. Now I want to take a bold step. So you have to start re-educating your mind. You have to start re-educating, re-engineering your mind about the now. Number 2, you need to start making positive affirmations, positive confessions about yourself. Yes, I can. Yes, I failed in the past. Yes, I'm afraid of repeating the same thing in the future. But that is not me. I just have to get out. I just have to do it, because that is not what I am made of. I am a success. I'm a bundle of success. Yes, I can. And I will surely get it. Positive confessions, positive affirmations. And another step is you need to associate with people who have succeeded in that area. I can't overemphasize this. Very, very important. Birds of the same feathers flock together. You need to flock with those that are successful, especially in that area. Then another point is that you need to spend time looking at what good might be achieved if that fear is not there in the first place. If you work harder and you land that beautiful job, if you go for that interview, if you give that talk and you land that job, oh, come on, you are going to have a big house to buy. You will have money to buy a big house. You will have money to buy that your dream car. Ponder your thoughts. Think more about the future. What might be achieved if that fear is put away for a moment, and begin to generate a greater picture of yourself. Look at yourself in a greater picture, in a bigger picture. And another thing is, you just need to get out. Get out and just do it. After all, heaven will not fall. Oh, if I can't talk. Get out. Just go and do it. Look for that opportunity to talk. Heaven will not fall after all. Get out for that job interview. Get out and talk to that lady. Get out and look for those opportunities. Heaven will not fall and nothing will happen to you. Remember, friends, you were not born with any form of fear in you. As a child, you were born free. No fear. Those fears started creeping in because of what we begin to acquire. So you were not born with any form of fear in you. And this fear only creeps in from your experience. So what you fear might just be an eye-opener to your greatness. That thing that is troubling you, that thing that is not releasing you, that thing that is keeping you on your bed all the time, That thing that is locking you indoors all the time might just be an opener to where your greatness lies, friends. So why don't you want to take the bold step? Why don't you want to take the giant leap? Why don't you want to decide today that today this fear is ending? I am taking my life back. I want to get to the utmost of my career. I am here today. This is where I could be, and I want to start it. Anything below this, I don't want. Friends, turn your fears into assets, because this is just one of the ways you can live your life to the full. You are not born to be at the lowest edge of your career. You are not born to be at the lowest edge of life. You are born to be great. Why don't you live it out? Why don't you banish those fears and start living the life you were born to live? Thank you very much, my friends, for watching all our videos. Don't forget to like us. Don't forget to leave comments. Don't forget to subscribe. And also don't forget to press the button, to press the alarm button, so that each time another video comes, you'll be the first person to know about it. Until I come your way next time, if this message has helped you, please share it with others. Until I come your way next time, this is Dr. Tony Aje signing off. Remember, this is about you. This is your life. Don't trade your life with somebody else. Banish those fears today and start living the life you were born to live. Thank you very much, and God bless you.